Am I the jerk by being a bully in high school and beating other kids up? This is more of a cautionary tale than anything, although I'm sure someone will take delight in my well-deserved punishment, as they should. I was a bully in high school. I don't have some tragic reason behind it, I just did it. And it wasn't a, I'm gonna take your lunch money type of bullying. It was calling people names, punching them in the stomach kind of bullying. I was an absolute jerk, and I got what was coming for me. One of my targets became Jake. Jake became my target for several reasons. Two of them being that he was just small and skinny, and the other being that he was aloof and kind of standoffish. Not rude, just distant. And that overall just really upset me. So I would verbally abuse him, call him stupid and a loser, like I was any better. And then one day, I went too far. It shames me to talk about what I did. I got Jake after school and completely pummeled him. I nearly dislocated his arm after he tried to bite me when I pinned him to the ground. And the only thing that stopped me was that a broken arm would get him in the hospital, and that would probably mean his family would sue mine. I nearly beat him unconscious and left him crying on the ground. And the worst part is, it didn't even bother me. I beat this kid and could have ended his life, and it didn't bother me at all. About 2 days later after this, I learned that Jake had an older brother. His name was Henry, and he was about 18 years old and built like a freight train, and he hit like one too. Henry took what I did to his little brother and returned it to me tenfold. For a finishing touch of don't mess with my brother, Henry broke my finger. My finger, even today, stands as the most intense pain I've ever felt. About 200 pounds of pure could have been a wrestler coming down and breaking my finger. He didn't even say a word during it. He just left. I did end up going to the police because my parents noticed the bruises, but I lied. I said I got mugged. And there were a lot of reasons why I lied, but mostly I was scared. And for someone who has never been afraid of anybody at this point in their life before, it was a hard shock for me. The technical reason for this being so messed up is that my finger never healed correctly, and I still have trouble bending it. The moral of the story? I was a jerk who beat up kids who didn't have a good chance of being able to fight back, and I got what was coming to me. I ended up going to therapy to deal with my anger issues, and it's an everyday battle to not go back to awful habits, but I'm a better person now. Not that it matters much. Me, quote, becoming a better person won't get rid of the damage I did to so many kids. Overall, I mess up every day. I was an awful person, and it took a guy who wanted to teach the stupid idiot who had hurt his brother a lesson to really cause him to change. But that didn't erase the damage I did. I hurt people who didn't deserve it, and I deserved what happened to me in the end. I mean, I don't know if I really need to describe it, but I think we can all agree that yeah, the guy in this story is a complete jerk. Like, I'm really glad that they were able to move on and find some resolution and become a better person, but I wish that they were a better person in high school. As someone who did get bullied quite a bit, I just don't have a lot of sympathy for people who get what's coming to them. I mean, yeah, he deserved to have his finger broken. Maybe I'm cruel for saying that, but for what he did to this kid's brother, it's just unacceptable to me. There's already so many things to worry about in high school, but having to worry about your safety and almost being unalive because of some other jerk picking on you just because you're small and skinny is not something a kid should worry about on a daily basis. And while I do feel kind of bad that he doesn't have his finger working the proper way and he can't bend it properly, I just hope that that's an obvious and constant reminder that he needs to be a better person. And from the sounds of it, it looks like he's trying to be that better person. But in my opinion, you should be a better person today and not wish you were one several years ago.
The full version of this story is on the Am I the Jerk YouTube channel, and there's a link to that down below in the description. And if there are any updates to this story, they'll be there in the same link. I'm sure by now a lot of you guys realize that a ton of these stories are actually submitted by you, the person listening. And there's no special requirement to submit a story. You yourself could submit a story right now if you wanted to. It can be completely anonymous. In fact, that's encouraged. And that way you can freely and openly share the most juicy secrets of your entire life if you want to. So how do you do it? Just go to AmITheJerk.com/submit. Make sure you read the rules before posting, but that's it. You just go to AmITheJerk.com/submit, read the rules, and post your story. Then you can check back on future videos to see if your story made it or not.